Hello, welcome back to Reads of an Apple. My name is Stacy, and today we are here to discuss the books I want to read in the month of September. Now, I still have about a week left of August as of filming this, and my reading has slowed way down. I was super excited for the two big readathons going on, the romance readathon and the magical readathon, and things have not turned out the way I had hoped them to be. We will see if I at least get my basics done for the month of my 5 subgenres and things like that. So I think right now I'm sitting at only 5 or 6 books for the month when I usually hit like minimum 20. So yeah, things are happening. So I'm going to continue with that vibe moving forward into September and not try to overload myself, because I feel like every time I give myself a crazy TBR, I either exceed it or I do nothing and like hardly make a dent. So I'm going to back off. And I know it was my own fault. I put all this stuff, but it also helps that these readathons aren't quite as strict with a lot of things. So yeah, I'm pulling back in September. September is also typically where I really want to start moving forward in making Christmas gifts for people. So we're going with that. I'm wearing flannel today for the fall vibes. I'm ready for fall. I am manifesting fall to come slightly earlier. I know we had summer have a late start here in Colorado, so it wouldn't surprise me if fall has a late start as well. But here's hoping we start getting some like cooler mornings, not still in the 90-degree temperatures. And I'm so ready for fall. Fall is my season. I am here for it. So let's just jump into books. Now, as for book club, I do have 2 that I will be participating in this month. The first is the Buzzing About Romance exclusive Patreon book club. I think it's just Buzzing Book Club. But the book for that is Shifting Gears by Melanie Moreland. This is the 3rd book in her Reynolds Restoration series. I believe these are all on KU. I've actually had the first book in this series revved to the max on my TBR for a little bit. I want to say it was last year, maybe it was earlier this year, Claire Kingsley had mentioned it in a newsletter, and I was like, ooh, a rec, like a blue-collar mechanic rec from Claire Kingsley, who has one of my favorite mechanic stories, which is Evan Bailey's book, the 3rd book in the Bailey's Brothers. What book is that? I can see it, but I have my Salishan Sellers artwork in front of it, so all I see is Claire Kingsley. I can't see the title of it, but it's Evan's book. But anyway, so I've had this series on my TBR for a while. So book 3 is our book club book. I like to read things in order, so hopefully I will be able to read book 1, Rev to the Max, book 2, Breaking the Speed Limit, and then get to book 3, Shifting Gears. This will probably be what I start the month with, just so I can try to knock them out. Plus, what's fun is if I do enjoy these, that'll allow me to do a little bit of binge reading, because it's been a while since I've been able to do that. And the book club meeting for that is September 16th. I'm super excited for it. I participated in my first one last month, and I had so much fun. I've talked about it in the weekly vlog and then the specialty vlog I was filming, because I was doing both at the same time that this happened. And I have a couple book clubs that I participate in that are like currently on hiatus. And I miss those ones. And I know that there's a lot of other ones going around, but I was nervous about this one because it is definitely like a lot of people who have been doing this for a while. They're very close. So I was nervous going in that I would feel, especially as an introvert, a shy introvert on top of that, I would feel just kind of like on the outside. But I had so much fun. And it just, even if I didn't really have much to say, like I wasn't feeling like pressured that I had to say something. And it just had such a welcoming, fun vibe. And I just feel like I've expanded my romance community. And here I go getting sappy again, but I really, really, I've been a big fan of the podcast, and, I love the content they post on social media. So taking this further step, and I love lurking in the Discord, because I'm also bad about being like active participation, or doing active participation in Discord groups, but I'm a lurker. I've always been a lurker. I've always been the one that just sits there and listens to everybody. And, that's how some of my best friends in college became my friends, is they were super talkative and I would just sit there and listen. It didn't matter how long. It didn't matter what they were talking about. I was always just the listener in my group. So anyway, suffice to say, I'm excited for book club and to hang out with everybody again. I'm super excited for it. So hopefully I will be able to read all 3. At the very least, I'll read book 1 and then maybe book 3 and then maybe come back to book 2. We will see how I feel once we kind of hit September. I don't know if these are available on audio though, but I know that they are, or at least they were on KU. Then the other book club group I have is the Alona Andrews Alona Andrews Readalong. We are currently on the Edge series. So we are on book 2, which is Bayou Moon. This one is a lot thicker. This is like 460 pages. So it's like 150 more than the previous book, but I'm excited to delve more into this world. I have no idea what's going to happen. They did say that William is the hero in this. I have not read any blurbs for these books, but I'm excited that this is William's book, who is like a big side character in the previous series. And yeah, I'm just excited to delve back into this world. And I guess our heroine is like a bayou swamp queen or something like that, is what Heather said. So I'm super excited to delve into this. As of the meeting, book club was last night. They said it would either be the 3rd or 4th, most likely Friday, but that could change. So pay attention to Stef's videos and the date will be announced. So there is that, but most likely they're in the second half of the month, typically. So those are my 2 book club books. As for Readathons, I'm not participating in any this month that have been announced. If there is one that pops up that's just like a weekend long or a week long, I may or may not participate. I did look at what has been announced already, and there were a couple I was kind of interested in, and I was like, you know what? No, we're going to pull back unless it's one of my favorite people who's doing something. I'm just going to try to focus on what else I have going on this month and see how things go. I think I should also mention, starting in October, we have hockey full back. I mean, September we'll have like training camps and pregame or preseason. So with hockey coming back, a lot of my free time is going to be doing hockey or watching hockey. So I feel like my reading is going to slow down anyway, plus with a focus on building things. But instead of readathons, I will be participating in Drills and Chills this year. It started out as diamond painting event that was like mid-September to the end of October, where you did fall or Halloween spooky themed diamond paintings, and then you just kind of participated in a giveaway if you started one and finished one during that time frame. I started one in 2020. I think that was the second year that they had it. But I never finished my witch one. So my goal is to finish my witch one. But I also have a really cute fall kitten, one with like a kitten wearing a plaid scarf. So my plan is to work on that one during September. And what I'm going to do is I will vlog it and give you guys kind of updates for when I sit down and work on it. And I'm going to focus on listening to audiobooks while I do it. So that'll be something new. I haven't done audiobooks and diamond painting yet, so we'll see how that goes. I plan on vlogging it. I don't know if I'm going to do one for both diamond paintings. We'll see how long it gets. So the vlog will either be at late September or in October, or I might split it up into two. We'll see what happens there, but I am participating in that. So not a readathon, but a craftathon, I guess. Is that what you want to call it? We're going to call it that, a craftathon. I like that. I like that. I will link the announcement up above. This is the announcement by Diamond and Washi, who's one of the hosts again for this year's event. Okay, on to quarterly challenges. So, I am still participating in the two with the romance readers. No. Yeah. Romance Readers Reading Challenges group on Goodreads. I'll have everybody linked down below. But we are currently in the middle of two of the quarterly challenges. I guess more than the middle, but the 2023 Summer Musical Tour Challenge runs until September 14th. So on the 15th, they'll start the next round. And that one, I have finished all of the main prompts for it. However, I went a little crazy, and for bonus prompts, you were able to pick your favorite musical artist that's either on tour, or just pick a favorite musical artist and then just pick a prompt based off a song or something. I went completely bonkers and I chose my favorite K-pop group, Super Junior. So I added a whole bunch of bonus prompts because I did one for Super Junior, one for each of the subgroups. So T, D and E, Cry, H, M, and I think I'm missing one. And then I also wanted to read a prompt for based off of a song off of each of their main studio albums. So that brought my total of prompts to 52 for that. I think it was originally like 35 or 30 something. So I have at this point gotten 43 of the 52 prompts done. So I should be able to finish that in time, but even if I don't finish all of my bonus prompts, I've at least completed the minimum that I need to for the highest level, which is the 35 or whatever the number of their main prompts were. Also happening is the Read the Season Summer Maltese Edition. This also has 4 levels that you can complete. I have completed level 3. Level 4 is Extreme, to read all of the prompts, and that is 102 prompts, and I'm currently sitting at 33. This one does run a little bit longer. It goes through September, I think 21st, maybe 22nd. And I'm not going to get extreme level, so I'm just going to keep applying books that I read to it because, I mean, why not? And it'll just be interesting to see exactly how many holidays I get read for. This one is, we have Summer in Maltese, the language, and then we have, I think, 7 holidays also that are celebrated there, also in the Maltese language, and you have to read a book for each letter of each word. There are a lot longer worded holidays in this one, so it went up like 20 something prompts compared to the spring version. So I'm assuming that starting mid to late September will be a fall Maltese edition. So, excited for those. Those I just kind of do on the side, and a lot of them have very generic, easy to hit prompts. So that's just something that I can always just have kind of going in the background. And then as I get closer to the end, I can see what kind of books I might need to finish it up. But those are super easy. They have a bunch of monthly prompts and stuff, but I only really just kind of participate in their quarterly challenges, and I've looked at some of their yearly challenges, but I've just stuck with the quarterly challenges for now. For my yearly reading challenges, I'm currently still participating in Guildathon, just chugging away on that one, and there's enough prompts in there that every book I read will fit one of the prompts, thankfully. So I'm just continuing to read books for that and submit points. Things have kind of calmed down a little bit lately because a lot's been going on with the creators and original hosts, but I'm still chugging away on it. I'm also still participating in Romance Landia. I haven't read a book for it in a while. My current prompt is The Bar, and to read a book where the main character works or owns a bar. I have an idea for what I want to read for this, but I haven't gotten around to it. But so this is my 29th of 39 prompts. So I should be able to finish it before the end of the year. At some point, I'll probably focus more on this, or I'll pick this specific prompt once I finish other things going on. But I'm still chugging away at that. Then for the Aurelium 2023 Year in Eldia challenge, my prompt for September is to go on a date, which is read a romance. So pretty much anything I read will work for this, so that'll be great. However, like I mentioned, my reading slowed down a lot in August, and there are a lot of extras and side things that were added to the Autumn Equinox Readathon. And so with my reading slowing down, I just focused on completing my classes so I can get the points, and there are extra side quests that you can do anytime. It's just you want to get them done in the month of August to help boost the points and the pages read and all the fun things like that. But you can do them at any time. So I'm going to try to work on those a little bit as we go. The biggest one I still need to take care of that I really wanted to do is to learn to become a dragon rider. And I have finished the non-reading prompt, which is to watch a TV show or a movie that has a dragon in it. And then the two book prompts are to read a book with dragons. I have been really wanting to reread the Dragonkin series by G.A. Aiken. So I want to start my reread of that still. So we have book 1, A Dragon Actually. I have both this version and I have the second edition, which is a bind up with this and one of the other prequel novellas. There's 3 prequel novellas in this series, and that one that comes with Dragon Actually, that's the only way to get it outside of it being on KU or buying the ebook of it. That's the only print edition. The other ones I have in full-on anthologies, but that one specifically came with a rebind with Dragon Actually. So I have 2 copies of this book for that, but I love these original covers. And then I finally found a used copy of About a Dragon, but I'm not really happy with the condition it's in, so I'll probably try to find a new one. But About a Dragon is book 2 in the series. And I'm really excited to reread this series. It's been on my to-do list all year. I've been wanting to reread it since the Scarred Earth Saga came out, because that is loosely related to the Dragon series so far. And I just keep not getting to it. So I want to restart my reread of Dragonkin. I know these are available as audiobook, but I read them originally via paperback. I borrowed my sister's copies, and I flew through these books in a month or 2. So I want to reread them physically and have a similar experience to see if I love them still the same amount. So there are those. There's other things I have for the Magical Readathon that I didn't get taken care of, but that's my number one priority. I might try to space them out a month, or just kind of throw them in at random. But pay attention to my weekly vlogs. I'll talk about what I'm reading things for during those. And that's it. That's really kind of it. I do have one other book I really kind of want to mention, and then a couple new releases I have my eyes on. I unfortunately still haven't picked up The Maddening Lord of Montwood by Vivian Lorette. This is book 3 in the Rakes of Fallow Hall. I am it is definitely slowed down here, making my way through Vivian Lorette's backlist in celebration of her new series that's starting in November. I have to read this. And then I have the Misadventures in Matchmaking trilogy to pick up, and then her Seasons for All Sins season that I need to reread. So we're almost there. The historical books that I read last month were mostly audiobooks, and I have not heard great things about the audiobooks for Vivian Lorette. And so I want to read them, and I want to read them physically because I own them all physically. So this, I'm hoping, will be at least one of the historicals I read in September, but we shall see. But like I said, other than that, I just want to touch base on some new releases. A couple of these were mentioned in my Q3 new releases that I'm excited for. If you have not seen that, I'll pop it up here. Like I said, a couple of these were mentioned in that. One of them has since had a blurb and a cover reveal. And then one of these, it has also been officially announced, but I just knew it was kind of like fall previously, but I can't remember if I mentioned it in that video or not. But September 12th, we have 2 books that I'm very, very excited to have coming out. The first is Forgiving a Fay Warrior. This is by Megan Van Dyke. This is her next novella in her Courts of Fairies series. So this is book 2.5. I'm super excited for this. Also on the 12th, probably the book I'm most excited for this month is The Sound in Silence by M.L. Philpott. This is the 5th book to her Fractured Ever After series. I've gushed about this series so much since I've read the first couple in May for the Mafia Romance Readathon. And yes, I'm going to plug that reading vlog once again. If you have not seen it, I am obsessed with her books. I cannot wait. This is the Little Mermaid retelling. This has been teased since the first book in the series. I am here for it. She still hasn't released much information about the final book in the series, book 6, because we don't get the blurb. We haven't gotten the cover yet because I think she doesn't want to spoil things until this book comes out. She's kind of teased us like that with the last couple books. This one was known as TSIS for quite a while because we didn't know, and she didn't want to release the information until the previous book came out in case there was like spoilery stuff happening. However, just recently she updated it in Amazon, and then she set a post. The title is out there if you know where to look. So the title is The Obscurity in Wishing, if I remember correctly. And then it says, and then it has like forced marriage. It has just a couple of like the tropes that are in it. And it is an Aladdin retelling, which I recently was like, is it going to be Yasmin books? Because I finally put together Yasmin, Jasmine. And I was like, is it going to be an Aladdin retelling, or are we going with a different character that we haven't met yet? And I think I got it right. I have no idea who's going to be I don't know if it's going to be with Aladdin or if she's going to be paired with Jafar or what's going to happen. I'm hoping it'll be an Aladdin. I don't know if we've met Aladdin yet. So I'll have to definitely keep my eyes peeled for side characters. And I still have to read book 5, and then I can read book 6. And then hopefully I'll be able to pick up the hints for who the hero might be for book 7 or book 6 is the final book. The Sound in Silence is book 5. So I still have to read book 4, but I'm excited for it, as you can tell. The final new release that I'd like to mention is Tempting the Player by Rebecca Genshak. This is the fourth and maybe final book in her Campus Wallflowers series. I'm super excited for this. This is Jane's book. However, Jane is she did like a Hannah Montana type show where she was known as Ivy, and she was like a child pop star who is kind of in hiding now. And I have no idea what sport our hero's gonna play. I don't know what kind of situation we're gonna have. I am staying away from all teasers, and I just keep checking the date to see if the date has changed. And I'm super excited. I have this ebook pre-ordered as soon as it was available to go out. There's just something so cozy about Rebecca Genshak's writing, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of new adults, hers are some that I really enjoy. So yeah, I'm excited to potentially finish out the season or the series and see where it goes. But yeah, I'm excited for a new Rebecca Genshak book. So that's it. That's all I have. Plus a lot of mood reading. Hopefully, maybe. We will see. But I'm pretty excited for the Craftathon, as I have now termed it, for Drills and Chills. And I'm excited to really dive into these books. I have been getting more into a reading mood. I wouldn't say I was slumpy, because the books I was reading in August I was enjoying, but my attention was being drawn to more TV and podcasts and movies and just other, and video games. So I was into other hobbies that I do. And so it wasn't that I wasn't not wanting to read. It's just, it was lower on my priority list. So I wouldn't say I was slumpy. I just was into doing other things, but that's fine because I don't want to completely burn myself out. So yeah, I'm excited to see what September brings and go from there. So I will wrap this up. Let me know what you're excited to read in September. If you have any new releases that you're looking forward to that have been recently announced, because I feel like all of these indie people announced pretty close to release date. If you'd like to leave me an emoji down below, leave me something fall related or flannel related. And I'm so ready for fall. Pumpkin spice creamer has already popped up in my grocery store, and I have 2 bottles of it in my fridge because I am so ready for all of the pumpkin flavored things. I am a basic bee. I love pumpkin spice flavoring. I also love pumpkin pie flavoring, which are 2 different flavors. But yeah, I'm just ready for pumpkin everything and just for fall weather. It's my jam. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to like this video and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. But otherwise, I will see you soon for another video.